vegetable dishes. Most of the time, they can either be exciting but take forever to prepare, or they're easy but kind of boring. But today, we're gonna be making the exception to that rule. It is easy, it is delicious, and it contains a ton of vegetables. We're gonna be making stir fry. Everyone makes stir fry differently. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a basic stir fry recipe that you can experiment with, be creative with, and put your own spin on. There are 3 components to this recipe, which I'm going to prepare separately and then add all together to create the final dish. There's the sauce, the vegetables, and the chicken. I like to start this recipe by making the sauce first, so that when my chicken and vegetables are cooked, I can add it in right away. To make this sauce, we're going to add 1/3 cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I'm going to add 1/8 teaspoon of ginger powder and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. You could use honey instead. This recipe doesn't include cornstarch, but this is something that I like to add. The purpose of the cornstarch is to thicken the sauce. And I find that if I don't add it, it's a little bit of a thinner sauce. It's not bad by any means, but I like my stir fries to have just a little bit of thickness in that sauce. I'm gonna add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to this sauce. And then I'm gonna mix that, because otherwise when you add your sauce, if there's clumps of cornstarch that are still in there, they're gonna clump up and they're not gonna make a nice smooth sauce. There, that looks good. It's all one color. You can see there aren't any clumps in there. For the next step, I'm gonna slice the chicken into strips or cubes. By cutting the chicken into equal sized pieces, I'm gonna make sure that they're all cooking at the same pace so that some aren't overcooked while others are just starting to get fully cooked. We're gonna saute this chicken in that pot with a little bit of oil over medium heat until it's fully cooked. Then once it's fully cooked, we're gonna take it out, set it aside, and add these vegetables, which we'll saute until they're hot and tender. Frozen vegetables are a great option because they are just as nutritious as fresh vegetables, and you can easily store them and purchase them at a good price all the way throughout the year. Once our vegetables are cooked, we're gonna add the chicken back to the vegetables, and then we're gonna stir our sauce and immediately add it in. We're gonna cook this for about 1 minute or until the sauce is thickened. And that's it, our stir fry is done. You can serve this over rice, quinoa, noodles, or even eat it on its own if you like. This recipe is so delicious as it is, but if you'd like to make some swaps with the ingredients, some of the ways you can do that are to swap your frozen vegetables for fresh vegetables, swap the dried ginger and garlic for fresh minced ginger and garlic, or swap your protein for something like tofu instead of chicken.